Tonight on West Dakota Fox News at 9, a parliament meeting in Kosovo goes up in smoke. Plus, a bipartisan bill against sex trafficking, co-sponsored by North Dakota lawmakers, sails through the Senate. But first, after a month of terror in Texas, the accused serial Austin bomber is tracked down and killed.
This is West Dakota Fox News at 9 with Molly Martinez and meteorologist Henry Blakes. Your first news of the night starts right now on West Dakota Fox News at 9.
Good evening, I'm Molly Martinez. Police in Austin close in on a suspect believed to be behind a string of deadly bombings. They say they found him through receipts. He was killed in an early morning pursuit, but tonight police warn more ticking time bombs could be in circulation. Lauren Blanchard has more.
Late last night and early this morning, we felt very confident that this was the suspect in the bombing incidents that took place in Austin.
Police announcing a 24-year-old white male is dead this morning after blowing himself up inside his car outside Round Rock, Texas.
Concurrent criminal investigation that will take place by the Texas Rangers of the incident that occurred here tonight.
Police say they used a mix of cell phone information and security video to track him to a hotel. Authorities were waiting for tactical teams to arrive when the suspect began to drive away.
As members of the Austin Police Department SWAT team approached the vehicle, the suspect detonated a bomb inside the vehicle, knocking one of our SWAT officers back, and one of our SWAT officers fired at the suspect as well.
For 19 days, police have been feverishly working to track down the killer. 2 were left dead after package explosions, more injured. However, police are still warning people to stay on high alert as they continue to investigate who this guy is and where he's been.
We don't know where this suspect has spent his last 24 hours, and therefore we still need to remain vigilant to ensure that no other packages or devices have been left through the community.
Over now to a man who said it was spring, but now I'm not so sure.
Yeah, it's kind of questionable, but today it actually felt and looked more like spring.
It was an atypical day in Washington. A new bill to crack down on sex trafficking sailed through the Senate. Both sides of the aisle were on the same page, and that was to hold Backpage accountable. Senators Heidi Heitkamp and John Hoeven were co-sponsoring the bill. The law is meant to stop websites like Backpage.com from facilitating sex trafficking.
Since coming to the Senate, I have been very involved in stopping human trafficking. And that means not just arresting the perpetrators and protecting the women and children who are part of this horrible, horrible crime. It means looking at the whole supply chain of what happens.
We want to prevent websites from facilitating sex trafficking and, of course, prosecute them if they do, as well as help the victims of these types of crimes.
The bill passed by an overwhelming bipartisan vote of 97-2 and now heads to the president's desk. Well, Tom Campbell was the first North Dakota Republican to announce he was running for Heidi Heitkamp's U.S. Senate seat. He then dropped out of the race when Representative Kevin Cramer announced that he would seek that spot. So Campbell instead decided to run for Cramer's soon-to-be-vacated House seat, and he's taking steps to ensure his nomination. Reports say he's paying registration fees for some delegates to attend the state party's convention in Grand Forks next month. Party leaders, including the other candidate, Kelly Armstrong, say Campbell's move may be legal, but it sounds a lot like vote buying. Also in North Dakota politics, a lot of variables can affect our state budget. Things like oil and crop prices can mean boon or bust. Reporter Andrew Horn shows us the numbers.
The state is ahead about $28 million. Some areas are on track and others are a little below what they are projected. The projected surplus isn't enough to settle the nerves of lawmakers.
Look at down the road.
Mixed budget news from the Capitol has lawmakers wondering when the state's economy will fully recover.
The oil economy seems to be coming back a little stronger. We've still got the issue of the ag sector, which is still not roaring.
Drought and low prices crippled the ag industry in North Dakota. Conditions improved in the late summer, but it was too late for many crops. Winter moisture may be helping, but it's too early to see if 2018 will be a repeat of 2017.
I'm a little worried and nervous for some of our farmers. This late season snow hasn't hurt. It certainly is nice for farmers. Drought conditions have dropped, but we're one dry summer away from really facing some difficult situations.
Sales tax numbers are less than 1% below what was expected. State leaders say they saw the decline coming.
That decline from biennium to biennium was part of the forecast. It was anticipated, so the positive news is that we're tracking very closely to that forecast.
But strong production numbers and rising prices in oil put the state about $28 million ahead of the projection. Legislators say the state will need every penny.
We're underfunding our roads. We've got schools that are really facing some budget shortfalls, and we need to invest in economic development.
We have to take care of vulnerable citizens and education, and we also have to replenish our reserves.
The next step is setting the budget.
State agencies will get their guidelines for setting a budget in the coming weeks, and a final budget will be submitted to the legislature in December.
The Morton County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help to locate this man, Eric Sherry. Authorities say Sherry fled from deputies during a traffic stop. Sherry has an active probation warrant on top of an active warrant out of Morton County for driving under suspension. If you see Sherry, please contact law enforcement. A Minot man at the center of a child pornography investigation will spend the next 6 years in prison. Police arrested 54-year-old Edwin Herba last December after an internet crimes against children operation revealed hundreds of images and videos depicting child pornography. Investigators say they found webcams and television sets in his residence and learned he had lurked on girls' Facebook pages. The Mandan Police Department is down a few officers and are hoping a new video will help drum up some new recruits. Lieutenant Pat Haug says the video has been in the works since last year. Today, city commissioners unanimously approved the first draft to provide full coverage of officers' families' health care, something the department said was keeping interested people away. They hope these new adjustments will bring more staff to their department. A domestic incident this morning prompted administrators of Roosevelt Elementary School in Minot to go into a brief voluntary lockdown. Police say there was no concern to the school. The lockdown was lifted shortly thereafter. The Mandan School Board is looking to bring on some new teachers. They say they need extra staffing to keep up with rising enrollment. This fall, Mandan Middle School will see upwards of 950 students enrolled. In the next 5 years, the student population is expected to grow by 250 at the high school. MPS administrators say that's why the expansion project is so vital.
We're really excited to be able to have this new space and to be able to expand into those that have access to 3 teams in all grade levels and have a facility now that can accommodate the number of students that we have flowing through that building.
The expansion project is costing just under $5 million. The new teacher salaries will take about $380,000 out of the general fund. At least 29 people are dead in Kabul, Afghanistan after a suicide bomber attacked a Persian New Year celebration. It happened earlier today. Police say the bomber slipped past checkpoints, detonating the explosive on the road to a Shiite shrine where people were celebrating the national holiday. Local media reports say that ISIS has claimed responsibility for the attack. And a dramatic demonstration during a parliament meeting in Kosovo. Members of the opposition party threw tear gas bombs to disrupt a vote. The vote is now postponed. A small plane was forced to crash land on a sandbar near Columbia River yesterday. According to the Coast Guard, the pilot began experiencing mechanical issues while in the air. He then decided to land on the sandbar, but ended up crashing and flipping upside down. Missouri highways were tangled up this morning after a tractor trailer spilled a truckload of copper wires all over the highway. This is along I-44 in St. Louis. The incident closed down 2 lanes for nearly 3 hours, making an unfortunate drive to work for morning commuters. And in business news, Walmart and FedEx are making a merger. FedEx is projected to open 500 stores inside of Walmart locations over the next 2 years. The announcement comes as Walmart looks to further compete with e-commerce giants like Amazon with quick shipping options to customers. And no more half and half. Starbucks just announced they're achieving gender and race pay equality. Last year, Starbucks says it was 99.7% parity. The company adds that it will now tell its U.S. job candidates the pay range for any position as part of an effort to promote transparency. Speaking of paydays, Tesla CEO Elon Musk is in for a big one. Shareholders just approved a new pay package for Musk worth $2.6 billion at current stock values. That would rise dramatically if Musk meets 12 incremental goals. Those include rising the company's market capitalization tenfold to $650 billion. A new study by the Journal of BMC Public Health suggests that too much time on social media like Facebook and Instagram can lead to lower self-esteem among young girls. Researchers followed nearly 10,000 boys and girls between the ages of 10 and 15 and found that girls are much more active on social media than their adolescent counterparts. And researchers say the time they spend on it appears to reduce their overall happiness and lowers their sense of well-being. Also in health news, researchers say being obese may actually be killing your taste buds. Cornell University food scientists studied the tongues of obese and normal weight mice. When mice became obese, they had a high-fat diet and they lost nearly 25% of their taste buds due to inflammation. Humans have nearly 10,000 taste buds, and when the level of taste buds is reduced, the people seek out stronger, higher-calorie foods with more sugar and fat. And tense moments for a driver after the school bus loses control in the snow and slides off the road. This was the scene yesterday in Frederick County, Maryland. The bus was heavily damaged, but the driver was unharmed. No children were on the bus at the time of the incident. 2 heavy-duty trucks were called out to the scene to pull the bus back onto the pavement. And looks like we've got some snow coming our way too, Henry.
Yeah, that's right. Winter storm watch goes into effect Friday through Saturday for much of central North Dakota.
The 2018 campaign season has commenced.
For the first time in a long time, the people of North Dakota have a choice on the Democratic side.
The Democratic convention in Grand Forks was the official start to this year's important political cycle.
We've got continuing team coverage
Your
tonight.
election leader brought you team coverage of the event. Our team is committed to covering developments in state and congressional races all the way to Election Day to keep you informed. West Dakota Fox, your vote, your future, your election leader.
A nor'easter is walloping the East Coast, but snow's not all bad. Kids in Washington, D.C. took advantage of a sledding hill on Capitol Hill. Dozens of families flocked to the Capitol to get the most out of their snow day. Currently, D.C. is under a winter storm warning that is expected to last through the evening. And a few hundred meters away, a snowball fight broke out on the National Mall. The big event was put together by the Washington, D.C. Snowball Fight Association, which I guess is a thing. Forecasters say the north and west portions of D.C. could see between 6 inches and a foot of snow. We've got our own wintry mix on the horizon, but don't take it from me. Over to meteorologist Henry Blake.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be the last good day before that storm system pushes through. Starting out your Thursday morning, where we wake up to some areas of patchy fog. Otherwise, morning lows will be in the 20s and will be rising into the 40s. Stay tuned for updates on Friday's storm because it's still underway and developing, but we will be passing the word along to you. But for right now, just prepare for another wet, wintry mess. Saturday, we get a break before the next storm system comes through, but some good news. We don't have to worry about snow melt because our temperatures are going to remain above freezing. Not just above freezing for daytime highs, but in the 40s. So at least by Monday and the beginning of the next work week, things should be shaping up for the better region-wide.
All right, winter's not done with us yet.
Not yet, unfortunately.
We'll see you tomorrow.